Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddham dhammang sanghang namasami. Dear friends, welcome to this regular Sunday morning meditation with the Dhammadharini. We're now almost a month into the winter retreat time in which we've been thinking about compassion and emptiness. But you can't think about compassion without thinking about all of the Brahma Viharas, the divine abidings of loving kindness, compassion, sympathetic joy, and equanimity. This morning, I want to bring out the elements meditation. You've heard all these things before, but perhaps it didn't occur to you how contemplating on the elements, earth element, air element, water element, fire element, space element, how the contemplation of these elements prepares the mind for a very calm abiding, which can be completely free of hatred, free of aversion, free of greed. In the Buddha's discourse to Rahula, it wasn't the Buddha speaking, it was Sariputta that was advising the young teenage Rahula at the time. He advised him to meditate like the earth. And he said, it's because one can throw all kinds of garbage on the earth and spit on the earth, but the earth doesn't get angry. The earth doesn't mind because the earth is so large. And likewise, you can throw all kinds of junk into the river, into the Ganges River, but the river doesn't get angry. Or you can try to scoop out and take away the water from the river, but the river doesn't get angry. You can try to paint the sky with paint, but the sky doesn't take the paint because the sky is boundless. And so, just the same way, you might realize that being the kind of creature that we are, we have got our ways of encountering things through the eyes, ears, nose, and so forth, through the senses. And with that contact arises Vedana for us, what's pleasant or not pleasant. And with that pleasant and unpleasant, may stir up some reaction, some craving, or some aversion. And from that craving and that aversion, we go into the proliferation of thinking. And so it's a lot of trouble to be a kind of creature like we are that has got these senses and these feelings and these reactions. But it's possible to come to a state that goes beyond those kinds of reactions. It's possible to come to a state which is imperturbable, that will not be shaken up, that will not be disturbed by anything that happens to us. The development of the divine abidings of loving kindness, compassion, joy, and equanimity is a giant step towards making the mind so spacious, so boundless, that it's difficult to disturb the mind, which is fully into this practice of the divine abidings. I don't know what kind of mood you're in this morning. It's possible that some of you might have woken up on the right side of the bed feeling filled with loving kindness and all those other wonderful traits. Or it's possible that you could have woken up feeling some difficulties or something uncomfortable, something not okay, or waking up with anxiety or some other state that makes the mind have a more alive inclination towards those negative reactions. We can use the meditation on the elements to move away from that negative reactivity. Elsewhere in the sutta about the two kinds of thought, the Buddha said what we pay attention to, what we think and ponder about, that becomes the inclination of the heart. So if we think and ponder about being a victim of bad things, or if we think and ponder about greed, if we think and ponder about hatred, those qualities could become sort of embedded as a habit of the heart. But if we think about the elements, the earth is not mad at you. The earth is not greedy for anything. The water element is just water. It's not greedy or desiring of anything. Then thinking, pondering, reflecting, or directing the mind towards the elements inside us and outside of us makes the mind become stabilized. And then from that stability, one can have the breakthrough to enter into the boundless meditation on the Brahmaviharas. I welcome each of you to come to an upright and balanced posture for meditation. Feeling the physical body, the weight of the body on the seat of the cushion, the upright posture of the body, the way the feet are connected to or the legs are connected to the floor or the cushion, the way the hands are placed, the way the back is upright, reaching up towards the sky, the way the head is balanced at the top of the spinal cord. Without losing the upright posture, relaxing the body. Making the face soft. Letting the shoulders drop. Letting the belly be soft. relaxing the hips. And aware of the earth element, the heaviness or the mass of the body pressing on the chair or the cushion. The hardness of the hard parts of the body, like the skull or the teeth, and the hardness of the floor. And the softness of the muscles when relaxed. And the softness of the soft earth in the forest. Just aware of the earth element, inside and outside. And then aware of the water element, inside and outside. The blood flowing, bringing nutriments and taking away the waste. The urine collecting in the bladder, taking away the waste. The saliva in the mouth. Just like the water outside, the rain falling from the sky, cleaning the earth, flowing down and down to the sea. The water inside and the water outside. Just water. Aware of the fire element inside, the warmth in the core of the body. the cool air breathing in and the warmer air breathing out. And the fire outside, the fire from the sun and all the fires anywhere in the world, bringing heat and allowing things to be destroyed, to be burned up. The fire can burn and consume everything, whether it's clean or dirty. The fire can consume it. And aware of the wind element with the rise and fall of the breath and the subtle movements of the body. outside. Constantly moving. Always changing. The breath and the wind. Both are just the wind element. And aware of the space element. The empty spaces inside the body. Within every atom, there is space. The space around the body. The space outside. All the empty space. Aware of boundless space, not established anywhere. Empty space. thought of loving kindness. Letting the thought of kindness go everywhere with no boundary. Make yourself free from all aversion or hatred, and let everyone be free from aversion or hatred. Bringing in the thought of boundless compassion, filling the whole emptiness of space with compassion. There is no cruelty anywhere, no harming anywhere, free from harming, free from hurting, free from cruelty, just empty like the great empty space, boundless everywhere. the thought of boundless joy, filling the whole entire vast, boundless space. With no drop of discontent anywhere. Taking joy in every atom of space. And bringing the thought of equanimity. Filling the entire boundless space with equanimity. Free of any repulsion, free of any greed, just balanced. aware of boundless equanimity, aware of boundless joy, aware of boundless compassion, aware of boundless loving kindness, aware of boundless space, aware of the moving wind inside and outside, aware of the fire element inside and outside, aware of the water element inside and outside, aware of the earth element inside and outside, aware of this body as it is. These next few minutes will be a time to share any reflection or question about the meditation that I tried to offer today. I think I already explained at the beginning the concept of this meditation, the idea, which I believe could be experienced with this meditation. And I'll also point out to you that the Maha Rahulavada Sutta, the longer advice to Rahula, is almost exactly the guided meditation. If you would just open that sutta up and read a portion of that sutta very slowly, you would be giving yourself a guided meditation. This is one way that I believe is one of the most beneficial approaches one can take to reading the suttas, is trying to see if the sutta can be taken as the practice guide, as a guided meditation. So that's the sutta that was one of the sources for today. Whoever has a comment or a question may raise your hand. And if you don't have a comment or a question, you could raise your hand and give a blessing. Okay, Elaine.
May all sentient beings have happiness and the cause of happiness. May they be May all sentient beings have happiness and the cause of happiness. May they be may they never be separated from the sublime bliss that is happiness. May they remain in a state of equanimity, free from attraction and aversion to those near and far. May all sentient beings have happiness and the cause of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the cause of suffering. May they never be apart from the sublime bliss that is free from suffering. May they remain in a state of equanimity, free from attachment and aversion to those near and far. May all sentient beings have happiness and the cause of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the cause of suffering. May they never be apart from the sublime bliss that is free from suffering. May they remain in a state of equanimity, free from attachment and aversion to those near and far. Thank you, Ayya, for your teachings.
Thank you very much. That's a lovely blessing. Thank you.
May I ask you to elaborate on space and the breath? Somehow, I'll leave it there.
In the teaching about the elements, very often we see the four elements of the earth, water, fire, and air. And sometimes we see the fifth element of space added to that. And sometimes we see the sixth element of consciousness added as the sixth element, depending on what the teaching is. Seems to me in this particular sutta that when one, by contemplating the first four elements internally and externally, until eventually the boundary between that which is me and mine and that which is just the aspect of nature comes to be erased, and there's no boundary between the inside and the outside, that then that idea of boundlessness is kind of slides over to the idea of a boundless space. In the sutta, they particularly say that boundless space is not established anywhere. So it's not tied with any craving or attachment or any view of me and mine. So then the boundlessness of a boundless empty space, it's not quite completely natural to think of the boundless spaces inside the body. As you see, like the breath, all the other ones are like very easy and natural to see. But if you think that, like the space of your empty stomach, or the space when you breathe, there's some room inside the lungs for the air to come and go from. And thinking of those things as spaces is perhaps not quite as natural. And then to think of the subatomic particles having spaces within them is something that may be natural for us, but it might not have been quite so natural without in the ancient times. But the boundless space of outer space was probably easier for the ancient people to see than for us to see, because the space wasn't filled with so much junk as it is now. But then the boundless and unestablished aspect of the space then links up naturally with the boundless loving kindness meditation. And so that's how that transition happens. These are applications of the imagination. And this shows us that, contemplation that has content is okay. Later, you want to let go of the content and the fabrication and the imagination aspect of it and allow the mind to go to silence. But like what I said at the beginning, what you think and ponder on becomes the inclination of the heart. So thinking of boundless space or thinking of the boundless Brahma as filling up or going without any obstacle throughout the entire boundless space, then creates the inclination of the heart to realize that state.
Thank you. That's a beautiful way to start out the morning. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for your practice, for your patient listening, for your good efforts. And if this morning has left you with a peaceful heart, may that peacefulness and that kindness, that inspiration stay with you for a long time. We can close by giving respect to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha.
อาจารย์ อาจารย์
Yes, now somebody has a hand. Yes.
Yes, I like to discuss with you after meeting, just for a few minutes.
Okay, I'll stay on after the people go.
Yes, thank you.
Araham Samma Sambuddho Bhagava Buddham Bhagavantam Abhivademi Savakato Bhagavata Dhammo Dhamman Namasami Suparipano Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Sangham Namami.
Thank you, Ayya.
Thank you,
No,
Ayya.
I am.
Thank you.
Sadhu, sadhu.